Now you can start. Okay, okay.
हाँ.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Okay, so we are moving ahead with our interview session. Fine. So, sir, like, okay, now you should be ready, right? So we are beginning with the interview session. Fine. So tell me, first of all, like, what have you done today since morning?
So starting from the morning, I got up at 5 o'clock. Then I went for a jogging as per my schedule, and I jogged for around 5 to 6 kilometers. Did some push-ups, sit-ups as well, and then I came back to room. Sir, I took a bath and got ready for office. Had my breakfast, and in the office I finished my documentation part. Actually, there are some documents that are to be prepared whenever you go for a service entry SSP. So now I am done with all of that, and I'm in front of you for the interview.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So go a bit slow while interviewing. Fine. Okay. So tell me. Okay, yeah, tell me where you are posted right now and how long have you been there?
So right now, I am posted in Air Force Station Avantipur that falls in Pulwama, Jammu and Kashmir, and I've been there for about 1.5 months now.
Okay, 1.5 month. Okay, fine. So
Yeah.
you may not have visited other places as well.
Sir, I have not visited, and even if I have been there for more than 2 months or years, I still would not have visited those places because in our station, going outside is not permitted like that. If you have some commitment or some operation or something like that is there, then only you can go. Like if you go on leave or some temporary duty, you can go. But likewise, exploring
Okay,
is
okay,
not
fine.
allowed right now.
Okay, okay, got it, got it, got it. As I can see from your PIQ, that you come from Haryana,
Yes, sir.
Kaithal, Haryana, basically. So I would like to
Yes.
know, about something about your place, like what is the historical importance, and suppose if I come there, what all do you take me there?
Sir, talking about my hometown, that is Kaithal. Sir, Kaithal is a district in northwestern Haryana, sir, and it is surrounded by districts Karnal, Ambala, Kurukshetra, and also Sangrur in Punjab. So you see, we fall on Punjab border. So if I talk about the historical significance of my district, sir, we have got a rich cultural and historical heritage. So talking about the name Kathal, it comes actually from the word Kapisthal. It is believed that Lord Hanuman was born over here, so that's why we also have got a temple of known as Anjani Tila, as Anjani is believed to be Hanuman's mother. So the name was derived from Kapisthal, like Kathal, and according to one more myth, sir, it was established by Lord Yudhishthir, that was a Pandav king. And talking about the tourism part, sir, if you come, actually we have got a lot of places to visit. First of all, if you come, I will take you to. We have a sir Sarovar over there. Its name is Vidkyar Sarovar. It has got mentioned in Vaman Purana as well. It's a very religious places, and a lot of people across Haryana come over here. Then we can go to Amkeshwar Mahadev Mandir. It's a temple of Mahabharat era, sir, and even Prithviraj Chauhan also took shelter here during the Second War of Tarain, and one more myth is there that Mughals also attacked this temple, and even the attack marks are visible on the shivling as well. Then we can go to Sir Gyara Rudri Shiv Mandir is there, where we have 11 portraits of Lord Shiva and of Lord Hanuman as well. Then we can go to Gurudwara Neem Sahib is there, sir. Actually, the ninth Sikh Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, visited here in 1723, and after that the Gurdwara was built. Sir, we are also having one more thing. We have a tomb of Rajia Sultan. That was the one and only and the last ruler of India as well. So we can go there as well. That's also.
Okay, okay, got it, got it. You have a good idea about your place. Fine. So who is the father of Razia Sultan?
Sir, father of Rajia Sultan was Sultan Iltutmish.
Okay, so things fine. So as you mentioned, the Hanuman temple was there. Fine. So
Yes, sir.
can you name the five important things associated with Lord Hanuman and who is the father of Hanuman?
Sir, talking about father of Hanuman, it is believed that the Lord of Air is father of Hanuman, that is Pavan Dev. And according to some other myths as well, Lord Kesari is considered as father of Hanuman. So if we talk about the things related to Hanuman, first thing is that Hanuman took an active part in the annexation of Sri Lanka when Sri Ram went to that Lanka to get his wife Sita back. So Hanuman has got a role to play there in Lanka annexation. And other than that, sir, we can also find Hanuman's relevance in Mahabharata as well. According to some myths, it is believed that on Arjun's chariot there was Hanuman's portrait, and it is believed that, according to some myths, that it helped Arjuna in winning the war. Sir, right now I'm just able to recall only two these things.
Okay, no issues, no issues. So do you worship Lord Hanuman?
Sir, actually, I don't believe in a particular god that, Lord Hanuman or something like that. As I mentioned, according to some, I just believe in oneness of God. So I just worship that uh, almighty power which actually control of the things, and which actually blesses us with all kind of blessings, and that controls the world. So I just believe in the fact that God has got no shape, God has got no character, God has got no face. So I just believe that almighty power only, and with not any kind of name.
Okay, okay, fine. So your name is Sanjay. So what is the meaning of your name? And
So
who has
meaning,
given you this name?
sir, so meaning of my name is Sanjay, and Sanjay means like victory everywhere. So that's the relevance of my name. Like if you go and you'll win over anything. So my name was given to me by my cousin. Actually, it's an interesting story. Actually, earlier my name was Naveen, but later on, when the department of those one who create birth certificates and all, he accidentally told them that what's the boy name, and he said Sanjay, and because in the documentation I got Sanjay, so later on my name went on to become Sanjay only.
Okay, fine. So Sanjay means victory. So do you
Yes,
think so that name is relevant to you?
absolutely, sir. Actually, I think till now, what are challenges I faced till now in my life, I have come over them with the full power and full enthusiasm. So I think I have made relevance to that and that name right until now, and I look forward to create relevance in future as well.
Okay, okay. From what challenges you come over and you make the victory over there? So can you quote some instances?
Yes, sir. So first challenge I would like to quote that from first class to eighth class, sir, I used to read in a school that was a Hindi medium school in my village as well, and there was not that much facilities and that kind of infrastructure. So in ninth class, I got into a school that was an English medium school, and literally I had no idea of English, and I had to switch in English medium from Hindi medium, and that too after reading 8 years in Hindi medium school. So that was a challenge for me to cope up with that kind of curriculum and that kind of syllabus and all. And in my first year, that is I took admission in ninth class. So right from my ninth class I scored 97% marks. So that was a challenge. Within 1 year I just coped up, I just learned all things and all those activities and all. So second challenge was in my 10th class. Actually in my 10th class I got a bit of fracture in my leg, so I could not attend school for more than 2 months. Still I managed to score 98% in my 10th class. And talking about further challenges, when I completed my 12th, the financial condition of my family was a bit off track at that time. So just at the age of 19 years, I joined the armed forces, did that training, and supported my family financially. And talking about other challenges like
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Got it, got it. You really this name suits you, fine. Like
yes,
so, yeah. Tell me that you have come, as you mentioned, from the Hindi medium. So because I can see from a PIQ, it is written state board. So is
yes.
it a Hindi medium?
Sir, state board actually runs both kind of schools, Hindi medium and English medium schools. From first class to eighth class, I was a Hindi medium student, and then I changed my school, and that school was also affiliated to state board, but it was an English medium school.
Okay, so 10th and 12th class you did from English medium.
Sir, ninth to 12th actually.
9 to 12th. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, so now I would like to know about your job first, and also tell me about your duties and what are appointments held by you, including your training. Also, tell me what are the type of jobs you like and what are the jobs you don't like. Tell me about their working conditions, and also tell me about your superior and colleagues, and also I would like to know about the two people whom do you like the most and why, and also the two people whom you don't like and why. Yes, you can start with the your job first.
Okay, sir. Starting from the job first, sir, I've been working in Indian Air Force since December 16. I completed my training in October 18, and now I'm
You
working
can
as
go, you can go a bit slow.
okay, sir. So, sir, now I've been working in Air Defense Department of Indian Air Force. Sir, talking about the peculiarities of my job, actually, my job basically involves, to be very basic, uh, whenever there is an enemy intrusion from the border side or there is airspace violation, so we basically handle them. We have got sophisticated equipments like we have got radars, we have got fighter aircrafts, then missiles, and then air defense guns as well. So, with the
What
help
is
of
the
them,
wait? What is the full form of radar?
sir, radio detection and ranging.
Okay, radiation ranging, fine. And it what is the full form of laser?
Sir, that one I'm not able to recall at this time.
Okay, fine. Go ahead. You carry on.
Okay. So, sir, our job is basically to control that air intrusion. Sir, apart from that, that is wartime duty. Apart from that, in peacetime, we actually regulate the air traffic. Like if there is military flying, so we actually control that. Training flying always goes on for some practices and all. And we provide controlling services, navigation assistant, and also sometimes weather services and recovery services to the aircraft. Sir, sir, talking about the responsibilities I held, including my training. So from school time, I was the house captain of my house. Then I was the vice captain of cricket team, sir. Then I was also monitor of my class, starting from class second to class 12. And
Did I
in that,
ask? Did I ask you about the responsibilities in school and colleges?
sir, you asked about the responsibilities held, including the training. So I thought of that I need to tell all the responsibilities.
About job, just go ahead about the job service.
Okay, okay, sir.
You can include
So
your training part as well.
okay, sir. So, if I talk about the training part, sir, in training, actually, I did not hold any kind of such responsibility. I just completed my training. Yes, but I took participation in some, like, there were quiz competitions and all. Apart from that, I did not take any kind of responsibility. So, talking about my working conditions at the job, so working conditions are quite good as far as the infrastructure, working conditions, and also the environment of Air Force stations are concerned. It is just of apex level. We can get a lot of exposure to the air defense procedures and also a lot of games and a lot of activities to do. So talking about my seniors at workplace, sir, my seniors are quite good. They are always encouraging, and they also motivate me to do a lot of things like to excel in whatever I want, like in SSB preparation or in air defense as well. Uh, sir, talking about the kind of people I like and the kind of people I don't like. Sir, I don't think there are any such kind of category of people I don't like. Basically, share a quite good bond as far as my seniors, juniors, and all others like back in civil domain are concerned. So I have a lot of friends and I share a good bond with all of them. No such category of people like this. So I beg your pardon. Can you repeat the remaining questions?
Yes, sure. No, just tell me the two people whom you like the most and why, and also two people you don't like. Just two
Sir,
people.
okay. Sir, as I
Yeah,
told you,
colleague
there
in your training, like officer would be there, commanding officer would be there, colleague would be there. So some or the other point of time you may feel like things means during the interrogation, during the interaction, you may not feel comfortable. So you can express yourself.
okay. So, sir, first of all, talking about the two people I like, and if I talk about the domain of service, so actually, I was in training, so there was a batchmate. His name is he's still a good friend of mine, and he was in my previous unit as well. His name is Alok Tiwari. So he's a very good friend of mine, and I would say best friend in service. So not in civil domain, but in service. So definitely we spent a good time over there, and my bond is quite cohesive with him. So I like him very much. And second, sir, I would like to quote. There was also a senior in my previous unit. His name was Corporal Sikhar. He was from Kanpur, UP. So he was a very professional person, and he taught me a lot of things right from the starting of air defense and missiles and all. So he taught me a lot of things. So that was the second person which I like. So these two persons I told, sir. I told that I share a very cohesive bond with them. As far as the question of liking is concerned, I like a lot of people like I worked with and I have been to training, and also there still we are good friends. A lot of friends. So talking about dislikes, I don't see any person which I dislike. I don't see any person whom I can see that I dislike this person for some specific reason.
Okay, but you don't dislike, that's fine. You're a good person. But sometimes, like 1 or 2% you can name, like if you feel at any particular point or during your training or during your service so far.
No, sir. Actually, I won't say that I dislike them or something like that. Yes, when back in training, back in unit, there are, sometimes there are some discussions, there are some differences of opinions, but we do solve out them, and still we do solve out them with mutual discussions, and then we find a common way out. But there is no question of disliking any colleague, because as far as armed forces is concerned, it's all about a team, and we worked as a team, and we do the things as a team only.
Fine, got it, got it. Okay, so now I would like to know about your education qualification, right from the 10th and the 12th, and also all exam you have participated and what was their result, which subject you like the most and why, who is your favorite teacher and why, and also okay, the teacher whom you don't like, fine, and how many friends you have, and what is your daily routine and the routine on the weekends. You can start with your education since 10th standard.
Sir. So starting with the education from 10th standard, sir, I have completed my 10th class from Kithana Public School, Kithana. That is in Kathal only. So I scored 98% marks, sir, in 10th class. And I completed my 12th from the same school, and I scored 78% marks. Sir, talking about the exams I participated, sir, you can see I participated in the board exams. Apart from that, I also participated in a lot of some like inter-house essay competitions and slogan writing and all. Sir, talking about the teachers I like, sir, I would like to name a teacher. He was my English teacher. His name was Mr. Majendra Singh. So I liked him a lot because when I went to that school, as I told you earlier, that I was a Hindi medium boy and was not having that much exposure of English. So he helped me a lot, and he was helpful to every student. His best thing was he did not teach with any kind of book. When he used to teach English grammar, he used to just close his book, and he used to teach us with his own concepts. When he used to teach us narration and all, he did not specify any kind of rule. He just used to write a Hindi sentence and then convert it in English with just basic things. And he even, took my class after the school time as well, to just make me comfortable and to make me cope up with that kind of environment. So I shared a very deep bond with him. Sir, talking about the teachers I don't like, sir, my old teachers were very good. I don't see any teacher whom I didn't like because they have done their best for us, sir. So there is no question of disliking any teacher. And if I dislike any teacher, it will be an insult to their services. Uh, Talking about
But still sometimes it happens, like first class from the nursery level to the 12th level, right? Some teachers, some or the other point of a time may criticize, right, for not performing in the academics. And I can see, like, you were the, as you mentioned, 98%, and then it dropped to the 78%. So definitely the teacher would have asked you what was the reason for this downfall, right? So could you tell me, like, what was the reason actually, 20% downfall? And also
yes,
you mentioned the, yes, after the 12th, like, all exam you have participated, you just mentioned house essay writing competition. Yes, so please elaborate it.
yes, sir. Sir, coming to that part which you asked about the disliking of teacher. Sir, actually, yes, there is a drop of 20%, and the reason basically for was that from starting from my first class to 10th class, sir, I had an interest on those subjects. First of all, language subjects, and second one were those subjects who actually bear a direct significance or direct bearing on our daily lives. So those subjects were to name, there was political science, there was geography, history. So I had a deep interest in these subjects because and physics as well. So I could relate to those phenomena happening directly in our lives to the physics. So basically, I thought after completing my 10th class, I gave myself a challenge that these kind of subjects are really good. I have already scored 98% marks. So why not to take science and explore it and see what kind of things, how things gone there. I will try my best. Okay, there could be a drop of marks, but I'll try my best. So you can see in 12th class, I scored good marks like 89 in Hindi, 90 in English, and 79 in physics. My marks only drop in math and chemistry because I think there was some formula cramming part was more and bonds forming, so I didn't like that subject much. Sir, coming to the disliking of teacher, sir, I won't say dislike, but yes, because I was not that good in chemistry, so sometimes my chemistry teacher used to scold me. She used to tell me that you perform well in other subjects and you don't perform in my subject well knowingly. So I just explained, madam, that it's not the case. I'm not that good in chemistry. I tried my best, sir, but because I could not perform well, so definitely, there was not that much good bond as compared to the English teacher, but again, there is no reason of disliking. They had done their part. It was my shortcoming that I could not perform well in chemistry. So talking
Okay, so
about the
what is your favorite, because subject chemistry, as you mentioned, cramming and all. So what is your favorite subject?
favorite subject, as I told you, language subjects, English, Hindi, and physics also. Basically, sir, to name one subject, English is my favorite because I spent a lot of time learning English and learning vocabulary and understanding my concepts and all. So I spent a lot of time in English. That's why I consider English as my best subject.
Okay, so how many percent means in around the world, like people speak English?
Sir, I'm not able to recall the exact data, but I can make a guess if you permit.
Okay, okay, fine. Go ahead, go ahead.
Sir, as per my knowledge or what I can recall, I think 60% or yeah, 60% people around the world speak English.
Okay, okay. But now Hindis are like a language, but still, because most of the people in India speak Hindi. But still, in everywhere, if you see, even in the defense forces, like English language is preferred, right? So why not make Hindi as a national language?
Sir, there is an issue making Hindi a national language because Hindi is a language that is spoken in maximum parts of India. Still, it's not a national language. Like I can tell you that I've been posted to Trivandrum and I also been to Hyderabad and Chennai sometimes for some duty purposes. So people don't understand Hindi there. So if we superimpose Hindi as a national language, those people can actually feel disconnected because they don't even have Hindi. After 6th to 7th class, so they are not even having a basic knowledge. So as per a nation, we can only superimpose a language that is understood in all over the India and rest of the parts of the world as well. So coming to why we cannot use Hindi in service and all, sir, the thing is that there is a full actually liberty to use Hindi at your workplace and in your applications as well. But as far as correspondence is concerned, actually we are purchasing a lot of equipments from other countries. We are also having diplomatic relations and all. Those people don't understand Hindi, so we can't just say that we can omit English at all. We have to include that one also. But as far as medium of instruction is considered or other things, you can use Hindi. There is no issue with that.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Go ahead. You can carry on your other questions.
Okay, sir. So coming to the kind of exams I participated, sir, as I told you that there were inter-house quizzes, there were inter-house essay writing competitions, slogan competitions. Sir, we also had Hindi Vyakaran competitions as well. So these kind of exams I participated in. And I beg your pardon, sir. I don't remember the questions. Can you please repeat?
Yes, yes, yes. Means, apart from that, which subject you like the most and why you have done it, and what is your daily routine and the routine on weekends?
Okay, sir. So as I told you, English is my favorite subject. I liked it because, as I told you, I explored it and I read a lot about it. And talking about my routine, sir, my daily routine, as I told you, starts from on work normal working days. My routine starts from right from 5 o'clock. I get up and then I go for a jog, running, push-ups and all. And I come back at 6 o'clock, sir. I get ready for office. I take my breakfast and all. And sharp at 8 o'clock, I am at the office. At office, we uh, in my particular unit, we are not having air defense radars or that much exposure. But yes, we are having some visual observation equipment. So we actually uh, do a daily inspection of those equipments, and also we do the filing work and all. So up to 2:30, we have officer. 2:30, I get back to my room and go for a lunch then. Then, so 3 to 5 o'clock, I take a rest. You can say it, a short nap. After 5 o'clock, I again serve with my colleagues and all. and my roommates. I get to the ground. We actually play badminton there. Some people also do running in the evening as well. So we play badminton up to like 5 to 7 in the evening. Then we get back, sir. We take a bath and all, and then I finish my dinner, sir, and also talk to my family. And uh, around 9 o'clock, I get to study, sir, for about 2 to 3 hours. I give it to my study and preparations and all. And at 11 o'clock, I get to my bed. And
Okay,
sir,
and what
working,
about on
yes, sir,
weekends?
working, yes, sir. Talking about the routine on weekends. So as we are in a station where we are not allowed to explore that much due to security reasons prevailing here in Pulwama and all. So at the weekends, sir, actually we get a leave on Saturdays and Sundays. So actually, sir, I take a rest on Sundays. I don't go for jogging on Sundays. I take a weekly rest. And on Saturdays, sir, the routine is again same, 5 to 6 jogging, getting back, and then taking baths and all. Then for 2 to 3 hours, sir, we actually are getting a class on weekends. Like on normal working day, we just do our daily work. But on Saturdays, since it is forward based, so we are having a air defense classes. So after finishing everything, breakfast and all up to 8 o'clock, we are having 9 to 11 class. And I get back, sir, and for 1 hour, I read the newspapers and all. And from like 11 to 12 lunch and all. After that, I give preparations to my SSP and all. And up to 5 to 6 o'clock, sir, I do all those things. And then again in the evening, badminton and all. And the routine, rest of the routine goes same.
Okay, fine. As you mentioned, you read the newspaper. So did
Yes,
you
sir.
read today's newspaper?
No, sir. Actually, I could not read today's newspaper because the documentation was so much, and I had to meet my commanding officer. I had to meet my adjutant. I had to meet my warrant officer in charge, and also today I could not read. In fact, yesterday also I could not read because I had to do some packings. I had to do some shoppings. But definitely, after this session, I am going to download and read it.
Okay, which newspaper do you read?
Sir, the Hindu.
Then who is the editor of the Hindu?
Sir, sorry, at this time I'm not able to recall.
Okay, what is the price of the Hindu?
Sir, actually, I don't buy newspaper. I just download it from my website dailyepaper.in, and I read in soft copy. So I just did not
Okay,
purchase.
okay, okay, fine. So means what you read basically, because there are lots of things in the newspaper. So what
Yes, sir.
things do you read?
Sir, basically, I read about in the front page, there are some national issues and some international issues as well. And basically things pertaining to those which actually affects our nation in whatsoever manner. And also about cricket, sir, because cricket is my favorite game. So I also read about cricket, the editorial page as well. And these are the things, sir, national, international
On
issues.
which page? On which page editorial comes? There is a sequence there, right? Yes.
Sir, I'm not able to recall correctly, but if I remember, it is on page number 7.
Page number 7. Fine. Editorial, right? And cricket.
Cricket is on last page, sir. Sports section is on last page.
Okay. On the last page or the third last page, second last page?
On the very last page, sir.
Okay, fine. Fine. So now we are moving ahead with other questions, right? Toward the extracurricular activities. So I would like to know ki what all extracurricular activities you did during your school days, fine, and during your free time. Which activities would you like to get involved? And also what all the responsibilities you seek during your school days. Fine. And also, I would like to know about your strength, about your weaknesses, and two qualities of your father and mother. And means what is your income and how you spend your income. And also, I would like to know why do you want to join armed forces. You can right away start with the extracurricular activities on your school in your school days.
Okay, so before answering that question, sir, actually a bit of background noise is coming. Can you just mitigate that? Okay, sir. So,
Okay.
okay, so start with the extracurricular activities I participated in school. Sir, I always had a very avid interest in extracurricular activities right from my school. I was, as I mentioned, I was a house captain, so I got a lot of chance to participate in activities. Like I participated in many quiz competitions, and I also represented my school in inter-school competitions and inter-house competitions as well. So quiz competition was one. Then I used to participate in lecturate, extempore, debate competitions, declamation contests, and I also participated in anchoring in school's annual functions. Sir, talking about uh, the responsibilities I held during my school time. So I was the house
On which
captain as a
means you did anchoring. So
yes.
on which or means what was the right function in which you did anchoring?
Sir, we used to have in my school, we used to have an annual function on 26th of January each year. So I did anchoring in my 11th and 12th class in that function only.
Okay, sports or sport day or the annual function day, right? How you prepared for it for the anchoring?
Sir, basically, my job was to first of all collect the details of all the participants who are actually taking participate. Then my job was to give time for that. Like if some performance is of about 2 to 3 minutes, and according to about how long the function is going to be, so I used to divide that time also. Apart from that, sir, my job was when I was actually this there was a dual anchoring system. I was not alone. Actually, I also had a girl. Her name was Manju along with me. So we used to do both. So to start with, sir, talking about the preparations, first of all, we, as I told you, used to get that list in which all the participants were mentioned. Then we used to have mock rehearsals, sir, like with Manju, and I, practiced all those things. Like first of all, coming to the sequence, we used to, welcome all the audience, welcome the chief guest, welcome the principal and all, and after that, there was a welcome song for the chief guest, and there was lamp lighting for the chief guest, and followed by the lecture from the principal, lecture from the chief guest, and then the participation. After that, there was a ending lecture by the managing director of the school, then the prize distribution ceremony, and after that the refreshment. So we used to rehearse like which kind of things we have to say over there, and how we are going to conduct all these things.
Okay, fine, fine. Along with your Manju, you did all these like activities. Fine, you prepared that anchor and all. Fine. So in the anchoring, you suppose you have to, because at some point of a time it happens like those who are the listener, like sometimes they are not motivated, means not clapping and all doing right. So you have to and provide encourage and motivation to them. You have to create a sort of cheerfulness and liveliness. So how do you use to create it?
Yes, sir. To be very honest, it actually happens, and it actually happened with me as well. So for that, we used to make preparations well in advance. Like we used to prepare some jokes, we used to